have to admit this is a little bit of a test for me, not necessarily speaking in front of a group of people, but to talk about Will and his illness. We're so proud of him. You know, at 2.5 years old, you don't even know what pride is or really how to earn it. And it's just his character that makes us proud. And he does it without even us asking anything of him. As you read or heard, Will was diagnosed at 15 months old. Every family has a story of how they come to their diagnosis. Ours began around the Christmas holiday. We were traveling. Will was lethargic and tired. We just assumed maybe he was worn out. But we went to urgent care anyway and got him checked out, got a little penicillin, and nothing really improved when we got back to Chicago and we went to our family doctor. Thought maybe it was just something lingering. He was increasingly lethargic, very thirsty, wasn't sleeping very well. But, you know, we wrote it out for another few days, went back to the family doctor, just came away with no answers and nothing that we were happy with. So, as mommies will do, Susan, my wife over there, got a referral to another doctor and basically went and begged for some type of answer. So, one of those things that he did for us was to give a blood test. It was about 5 p.m. on January 18th. About 8 o'clock, I remember distinctly Susan answering the phone, and I could hear through the cell phone, "Mrs. Skilton, very bad news." Those first few minutes, as we kind of deduced it, you know, it's likely that we'll have leukemia, are probably some of the scariest you can imagine as a parent. We gathered what we needed to go down to Children's immediately. Will's hemoglobin was dangerously low, and literally closed the door to our house, thinking, "Well, we'll ever go home again." We don't have anybody in our family who's had leukemia. It has a stereotype. You know, the fear of that moment is something, you know, we don't want to remember, but we won't forget either. In the 24 hours that followed, you're inundated with information. You're still in shock. You can't even believe that you need to know all these things. And you're also disseminating the news to family members and reliving that fear, that first few minutes of fear over and over again. And it was a tough period. But eventually you come to realize that leukemia is not a death sentence. There was about 7 months of very hard times in our lives where we were in and out of the emergency room, in and out of the hospital. Susan was 9 months pregnant, sleeping on the hospital bed next to Will for a week or two at a time. There would probably be a month of time where Will didn't sleep more than 15 minutes straight. He would wake up, want something to eat. His body changed, his personality changed, and it was a difficult time. But in all the chaos as humans, we do adapt, and you decide what's not normal becomes normal. And we moved on, and we're into a phase called the maintenance phase, which is much less harsh. There's a hospital visit once a month, unlikely that we would go to the emergency room. And Will's just kind of living kind of a normal life, runs around, plays in the neighborhood, and nobody would really ever know the difference at this point. When he was first diagnosed, one of our first thoughts in the hospital, I said to my wife, he's so young. If he thinks this is life, how does he even know it's worth the fight? And about a minute later, we got a text from his Aunt Laura, who he calls Auntie Rara. And it said, "Tell Will I want him to kick cancer's butt." So with that, we had our mission. We signed up for Caring Bridge. We called it Operation KCB. And we can't imagine anybody representing this fight more than Will. We can count on one hand, literally one hand, the amount of times that Will has given us trouble with any part of his treatment. He will take a pill. He'll be in the middle of the building at Thomas the Train, and he can swallow 5 pills without even blinking. He'll remind me of medicines that he needs to take. Sometimes if I forget, some of them taste pretty good, so. And I've seen him on a procedure table, about to get his spinal tap hooked up to wires, doctors holding on to him, needles next to him. And you hold up a camera to take a picture, and he smiles and says, "Chief," without even being prompted. So, we know you call him the honored hero, which is definitely a privilege. But the way we look at this is we're more honored to represent the heroes. I think that's all of you. Supporting the cause, giving your time in the name of creating a world without cancer. This is kind of a double whammy for Susan and I. Susan's run a marathon. She knows what it takes to do that. I've run probably 40. I've done Boston. I've run up down Pikes Peak for fun. I've done Chicago several times. I've done the Ironman. I know what it's like to set a goal, make a commitment, make sacrifice, the physical part of this. And I'm also aware of the reward. In all my training and endeavors, I kind of have a motto. It's a lifestyle, not a race. So, like the cliche, like it's not whether you win or lose. I kind of think when I get to the start line that I do my best to get here so I can do my best. And if you can answer that question with a yes, then it's almost the finish line. And you can use the race as the celebration, not just getting to the finish line. It's really getting to that point of the start and enjoying the rest of the race. So, like Will, in all the events that are coming up over this next season, you all have a mission over these next several weeks and months as well. Perhaps you'll fear the unknown. You will be challenged. You will find yourself weary at times. Maybe even have a desire to quit or get out. But you will have courage. You will have the support of all your family and your friends and the team training group. You'll find yourself determined. And all of you will celebrate the triumph of all the events that you're doing over the next several months in the name of saving people's lives. So I'll leave you with this in the words of the great Buzz Lightyear, Will's number one man. To remission and beyond.